So we're inside the shop now. We're putting on the Stage 3 kit. Let's look at the components real quick that comes with a full Stage 3 conversion kit. We're going to start right off with the ultra-high molecular lower spring isolators. We have the centering pucks, which are what get bolted onto the axle. We have the hardware kit to bolt those on with recessed countersunk heads on the bolts. We have the top of the spring. These go on top of the spring. These are known as a secondary spring. Some people refer to them as a top isolator. They're not. They're a secondary spring. And then we have the actual super stock springs themselves. So we're first going to start taking the wheels off, safety glasses, some gloves, good impact wrench. Let's introduce the parts real quick. So we have, this is the tires off. We can see the suspension and everything. So what we have here, we have the shock. And at the top of the shock is a 17mm nut that's going to be unthreaded in order to release have the shock be able to drop down. We have the sway bar, which connects right here to the frame. That has a 12mm nut that's sitting there. The outside of the nut is 12mm, and we're going to be removing that. That's going to allow the sway bar to be disconnected so we can lower the axle. And then back here we have the actual airbag system itself. And this is the lower part of the airbag, and this is the upper part of the airbag. You can see this part up here is all rubbery. That's the actual airbag. This is the lower mount here. Then the lower mount is just sitting on the axle. There's nothing mechanically locking it to the axle. So when the airbag is installed on the truck, this is what it's on. And the frame mount is underneath this clip and goes across. So the top of the frame mount has a hole for this, a little hole for that, and a hole for this nipple that sticks up. And this clip, all this clip does is to slide over the top of the frame. Again, it's steel going across here on either side of this. And so to remove this, when you reach your screwdriver between the body and the frame, you're coming back and you're going to find this thing. And sometimes it's facing over here, sometimes it's over here. It doesn't really matter. Use your screwdriver, get it in line so it's in a position that you can then push that clip off. And the clip just slides away, and then the whole airbag itself can actually slip right out from under the truck. So now we're going to pull the airbags out. We're going to use a electrical screwdriver, long skinny screwdriver, and I'm going to have a pair of dikes. We're going to use the dikes to cut the airline. The screwdriver, we're going to use the tip of the screwdriver to reach between the body and the frame. And we're going to find that little clip, and we're going to push the clip out. And once we push the clip out, then the airbags have then be released. Make sure you push the clip out before you take the sway bar or the shocks off. That way there's no stress on the clip, and the clip very easily comes down. If you do the shocks and the sway bar first, all the weight of the axle is going to be sitting on that clip. It'll be hard to get the clip out. But if you do it before then, and there's no weight on that clip, the clip just spins around and you can knock it right off. So when the airbags are still on the truck, they got air in them. They're tight, they're hard. So you cut the airline, and as it bleeds off the air, the airbag now starts getting very pliable so you can actually move it around. So this process to do one side is exactly the same on the other side. So when you're doing it, there's a few things that you're going to have to do at once before you can even do one side. So for example, we have to remove the sway bar connection at the frame on both sides in order to drop the sway bar down. And then same thing on the shocks. We need to release the shocks at the frame on both sides in order for the axle to come free so we can get the airbag out and get the coil spring in. So right now I just undid the sway bar link on this side. I'm going to do the sway bar link on the other side. Now real quick comment, KDSS. If your truck is equipped with KDSS, about 1/3 of the GX470s have KDSS. If you have KDSS, the sway bar connection, you're not going to disconnect it. You're going to put the KDSS in bypass, and then for the shock, you're still going to undo the shock in order to have the axle to drop down. But this truck does not have KDSS. We got ourselves a traditional sway bar, like most of them have. I've undone this side. I've undone the other side. Now it can come free, and it'll just come down. See, just drops right down. So what we got is we got a nut that's pretty tight on there. The upper part of the shock wants to rotate. This is pretty common. This is a factory shock. Now when we're doing a lift, we don't care about the factory shock. We're going to rip the sucker off. So we just get in here with a pair of vice grips, grab it, do whatever we want. This is a Stage 3 kit. We're trying to keep these shocks still in place. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in, I'm going to use a strap wrench that's going to hold onto the outer housing of the shock. And this is just, all that is just a guard. The actual shaft is behind there. So I'm going to come in here, I'm going to grab hold of it with a strap wrench or a special wrench that's designed to hold this, which I do have. And then I'll be using the ratcheting box end to release the top. This is a 17 millimeter nut, by the way. So the bottom of the airbag is this metal can, and once it's deflated, you can actually just lift the can up. There's nothing mechanically holding this on. It's just purely being held in under the pressure of the air. So all you do is, once it's deflated, lift this up and it comes right off. And you can see the underside has that locating piece that just goes through the hole that's on the perch on the axle. So this is the Metaltech conversion kit. This is the 2.0. That's a completely redo from our overhaul from the very first Gen 1. These are CNC billet machined. We recessed the nut, and we have the machine locating in the back, so it locates into the hole. So this puck is going to come in. This is all 6061 T6 aircraft aluminum. I'm going to come in, put it on the hole. The little shoulders are going to locate it. And now it's in place. Now all I have to do is drop the bolt in, the countersunk bolt. And then I'm going to come in from underneath. We're using a 5/16 Allen wrench on the other side on the recessed nut or recessed bolt. And then the nut itself is a 19 millimeter on the outside on the shoulder. So I'm using a 19 millimeter wrench or a 3/4 inch wrench with a 5/16 Allen wrench and tightening it down and just tighten it up. That's it right there. So all done. Next we take our lower spring isolator. These are our CNC machine ones, and they just set right on top. That's ready for the spring to come in. The pigtail of the spring is here. The coil isn't fully supported, and that's the main thing with the ultra high molecular plastic. So this is the Metaltech Superstock spring. So this spring is made to mimic the Prada 120/150 stock spring. Everything about it is the same, except we add 5% additional rate to the spring. And we do that because most of our trucks, we're finding people are using them with loads and so forth. And that little 5% extra really makes a difference. So this is the Superstock spring. So this is the Metaltech key cone, and this is made out of 2 different durometers of polyurethane. And it's to mimic the factory Toyota rubber cone that they use. And where it goes on top of your spring. So I'm going to grab a spring here, and I got a spring, and they're going to go right on top. That's actually how you install it. So that is a secondary spring. And when this primary spring fully starts to collapse, the secondary bump will engage the top of the spring mount, like a jounce shock. That's exactly what it is. And that's by factory design by Toyota. So it's a great system. We took it one step further by doing the polyurethane, which has a much better impact because of this accordion tip that we're using. Pigtail seated, spring's fully supported as it comes up around, as it gets loading. It's good to go. This is installed. So an OEM airbag frame mount bump stop are these extra big honking things. And normally this pocket here is a lot bigger, but this is a pretty tired bump stop. It's been used quite a bit. You can see it's cracked heavily and it's already squished down a lot. But when you run these, if you do an airbag conversion, you go to a coil spring and you don't cut these down, you can try getting away without cutting them down, but you may find that you bottom out a little bit and impact these. And you really don't want to impact these. It's kind of rough on your back. So what we're going to do is you want to come in and you cut about partway down, about halfway across this thing. So we're going to take it right about here. That's where we're going to cut this. And you can cut that with just a bandsaw. You can cut it with a hacksaw blade. You can cut it with a box knife. So we're going to pull this bump stop off, throw it at a bandsaw, cut that bottom part off, put it back on the truck. Pull the bolts out, comes right off. And remember, it tapers this way to the back. And if it's easier for you, before you take it off, you might want to put an arrow so you know which way is forward. That's forward. And if I cut these one at a time, I'll never get it on backwards because they do sit at an angle. Get your cut line, go ahead and cut it, comes right off. So the stage 3 kit has now been installed. We have the shocks back in position and we have the sway bar back in place. And now that this is completed, we can go ahead and put the tires back on and drop the truck down. We're going to go ahead and then next go into the electrical system to be able to disable the airbag system. So we're under the hood and we went ahead and opened up the truck. This truck has all of the covers on it, which is actually kind of unusual. A lot of these covers have long since been removed and never put back on again. This one's on here. We're going to pop the cover off. So these little clips here, I'm going to push them up. It's going to allow us to be able to remove it. Do it on the other side here. and we're going to be able to take this cover off. And this cover even has a nice little thing on here. It tells you it's where the relay and fuse is. So relay and fuse. Take these off. They're just finger nuts. We'll expose this, and so we're going to pull a relay and we're going to pull a fuse. And what it does is it tells the truck to stop looking for that airbag system. So we're going to pull the cover off. There's all of our fuses and relays right here. They are different throughout the years. This truck happens to be a 2003, so this is the very first year. It does evolve, it does kind of move around. So you got to find the air suspension or sus 30 fuse and the sus 20 fuse. And the easiest way to find what fuses and relays are what, if you take the cover and you flip it over, is a nice chart. We're going to go for the air sus or air suspension 50 amp, which is right there in this chart. And then we're going to look for the air sus number 2, and that happens to be right here. In this one, it's the 10 amp right here, air sus number 2. And so we want to remove both these fuses. As you look at the chart, you'll start noticing that things actually match. So I got 3 relays here, there's 3 relays here, whole series of here. So I know that this is sitting this way. So it goes heater, air suspension. So that's going to be heater, and then that one's going to be air suspension. So we're going to pull that relay. And the easiest way to pull a relay is just with a pair of needle nose. Just grab hold of it, pull straight up, comes right out. And then we need to have the number 10, a 7.5, we got a 30, and we have a 10. So the 10's what we're going to pull. So I'm going to grab that right now with the pliers and pull that little bugger out. We remove the air sus 50 amp and we remove the air sus number 2 and the 10 amp. So those have been removed. We're welcome to put the cover back on again. We definitely want to put the cover back on. So this is going to go back in. Cover's on. I got my relay and my fuse that came out. These are going to go in my tools for spares on the trail for another system if it needs it. And I'm going to put our cover back on again. Since most of these trucks never have the covers put back on, we're going to put it back on. So we're down under the hood. We're going to close this thing up, and this job is completed.